Hey everybody, this is Matt here. In this video, I am going to demonstrate adding the rightward animation to this video clip that you see here on the timeline. I'm going to demonstrate adding the rightward animation to video clips in Movavi Video Editor 2026. Okay, before I do that, I just want to go through a couple basic things with you. I'm going to click this clip, okay, on the timeline. I'm going to secondary click it, and I'm going to click About the File, and now I'm going to click File Information. You can see it's a 1920 by 1080 clip. It's 16 by 9. Perfect. So I'm going to click OK here on the bottom right of the prompt box. And I'm going to move the mouse pointer over here to under the preview pane here. You can see this drop-down menu. YouTube 16 by 9. That's checked. That's good. That's what we want. Okay, perfect. So you can keep track of that there, depending on the specs of the file information of your clip. Okay. So now the clip's selected. And I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click Tools. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click Video. Make sure it's a video tool. This video up here in the upper left. Perfect. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click Animation. Okay. And I definitely, in my very strong opinion, recommend you stick with basic. Okay. Stick with the basic aspects. So we will not be getting into editing the keyframes and stuff like that. I think it's best to leave that be. That'll take you into advanced. So we're just going to simply stick with the basic features. So now I'm going to click the rightward here. Okay, now you can see I've selected it. But actually, before I add it to the clip, first I'm going to tell you this right now. In my opinion, it's probably best to start at a couple frames ahead. Okay, so you don't start right at the beginning. I think that is kind of best for a lot of these. So I'm going to see this icon here under the preview pane. I'm going to click it. 1, 2, 3. Now we're 3 frames ahead, and I'm going to zoom in a little. Okay, see that? Now, the clip's selected, and I'm going to click that rightward animation again. I'm sorry, I think I might have called it an effect earlier. It's actually an animation. And I'm going to click Apply to select the clip. Okay, perfect. I've applied it to the clip. Now, it's right here at just 3 frames in. Now I'm going to move the position indicator back to the beginning and click the play icon on the preview pane so we can watch this clip now with the animation added. Okay. Now you can see it move the video portion of this clip towards the right. It moves it rightward, it took it off the screen, and continued to play the audio. That's kind of silly, I suppose, but that's what it does here when you leave it like that. So I'm going to click go to the previous clip icon here under the preview pane. Now we're back at the beginning. Now I can click this, wait for the hand. This is the standard Windows mouse pointer I have here, but my hand here comes up and drag it, click it at the center, and drag it to around the center. And now I'm going to zoom out by clicking that minus sign under the preview pane. Now let's watch it again. So I'm going to click the play icon under the preview pane. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to watch it all. You can see it moves the clip rightward, starting at this keyframe position here. See the one on the left, see this keyframe is the one that is the beginning of this animation. So I'm going to click that. Just try to click the keyframe here. Secondary click it, pardon me. I'm going to try to click it again. There they are. Edit keyframe, I would recommend you leave that be. You can reset the keyframe or copy the keyframe or remove keyframe or remove all keyframes. If you run into trouble, your best bet is probably removing all keyframes and just starting from scratch, okay? It can be tricky. It's a bit fiddly here, but it's tricky and fiddly, but you'll get it with a little bit of patience, okay? Now, perfect. So the first keyframe, that's where the animation begins, and the animation ends at the last keyframe. Okay, the one on the right. So, perfect. Now, I'm going to click on the timeline again, click on the video clip, and I'm going to click this and drag it to the end. Okay, drag it towards the end as far as I can. That should be good there. Now I'm going to click the position indicator and move it back a little. Doesn't have to go all the way back. We don't have to watch the whole thing again. And now I'm just going to click the play icon again. Okay. Now you can see the first keyframe on the left there, pardon me, is where the animation began, and it ended at the keyframe on the right. Okay, perfect. Now finally, I can show you this here now. I'm going to click the keyframe on the left, and I'm going to drag it all the way back to about roughly the beginning. I would always say, in my opinion, it's best to start a couple frames in, okay? So it gets kind of tricky right at the beginning. Now I'm going to move the position indicator back to the beginning, and now let's watch it finally one more time. We'll click the play icon under the preview pane. Okay, that's nifty. So you can see the first keyframe is on the left there. That's where it begins. And the keyframe on the right is where the animation ends. The animation begins on the left and ends on the right. These are kind of fiddly. These animations are kind of fiddly and take some patience. They're not necessarily for the faint of heart, but I think they're pretty cool. Like I said, I would definitely recommend sticking with basic. You should stick with basic. But anyway, this is the rightward animation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. I'll answer all I can. I'll get back to you when I can. And also remember that Movavi requires you place a link to their homepage in the description. It's movavi.com, and you can place some text in the description just above that. Say, this video was edited with Movavi Video Editor, or edited with software purchased from Movavi. And you place the movavi.com link underneath that line of text. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time.